Good afternoon. Welcome. It is Monday, October 17th, and it says I'm live and recording, so I hope that's the case. And let's see here. I think I've got all the right buttons pushed. And I will wait a minute to see if anybody is here. And so far, my little light up in the corner is blue. And nothing is frozen. So if you were here last week, it froze about 25 minutes in, and then I think there was only audio for the next 10 minutes before I was done. So I got my fingers crossed that everything works okay today. Hey, LJ, welcome. Thanks, you're here. So we're good to go. Oh my goodness. I just looked outside before I came downstairs with my cup of coffee, and it's kind of breezy and windy today. And my little Alexa had a little snowflake for about 9 o'clock tonight, so I'm not sure what's happening. But then they said that by the weekend it's going to be warm again. So, it's fall in Ohio, so we never know what we're going to get. Hey, Rose, welcome. I'm excited that you're here today, too. Oh, my goodness. Well, last week, as I said, things just kind of froze up about 25 minutes in, and I was going to go back and re-record, and then I decided not to do that, whether or not to go over it again. But I will show you the cards that I finished with. I did post the one that I was making and the Facebook on the Facebook page at Pat's Stamping Place, or whatever I call myself over there, and a few others that I did with that Fond of Autumn stamp set. Hello, Linda, welcome. And this is the card. Let's get you down to my desktop here. This is the card that I was making, and oh dear, now it's yellow, but at least it's not frozen. So let's see what happens here. This is the card that I was making when things kind of went awry, and it is gorgeous. I love this stamp set. Good morning, Margaret. It's morning where you are from, so welcome. Thank you. Okay, let's something I need to learn some words about this, so I'm not sure what's going on. So I got my fingers crossed. So this was the card that I was making, and then I have a few more to show you. Hey, Nancy. Yes, this is my 100th episode of doing Facebook Lives. And golly, I cannot believe that I now look forward to every Monday. And welcome. Let's see, we've got Ellen and Francine. Hey, welcome. Thank you. This was another one that I made for an online swap that I'm in, and pretty much the same thing, some coloring. I did cut it out. Margaret is from Kirrawee in Sydney, Australia. Welcome. That just warms my heart. Let's see, it's getting to be winter here, so it's spring there. Is that right? Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate that. So this is one that I did, and it's so easy to cut things out. This one, going back to the one that I was making, all of these little pieces will cut out individually based on which die you choose. And then this is one that I made. I was playing around with some gilded leafing, and I don't know if you can see that on here. It looks kind of crazy, I guess, but these are the sequin dies, and I put gilded leafing, and I was going to show that whole concept this week, but some things got in the way, so I will probably do that next week. And I'm going to save save this one to put a sentiment on it. But those gilded leafing things are pretty cool, and I'm excited about using the sequin dies. That was something that I had put off and I just recently got. So this is another one, all colored. And then this is one that I did when I was in Texas, when I had very limited supplies, and I did have a blending brush. Just did a blending brush there, cut out that detailed die, the one that looks like this. And then use some glue dots to put on there, many thanks, and a few little gems. So it's a fun set to work with. So it can be Christmas, it can be lots of different things. So LJ, you said you were walking in the Metro Park. Oh, good for you. Lots of wind and rain and sleet. So yes, I'm seeing that. But the last I looked, the sun was out, and the trees, I will have to say, this year, I may have mentioned it last week, the trees this year have just been absolutely stunning. I've never seen, at least for a long time, seen the trees look so pretty. So if you're not in an area where you see pretty leaves, oh my goodness. Yes, we're very lucky. So what am I doing today? I've decided, did I say it right? Let's see, Karawi, thank you. Yes, it is spring, but rain, and more lots of rain and floods. So, sorry about that. Well, we're probably going to get snow eventually. So anyway, what I chose to do today is something that I kind of put off for a while. I didn't really, and I don't want to say buy into, but the Stampin' Up! Kits collection. So I have to say that 2 or 3 times. Kits, K-I-T-S. And we have the paper pumpkin kits, which are a subscription. So you can get it month by month. You can sign up and just get it forever. So that works a little bit differently. These are just kits that you can get. They are not in any catalog. They are only online. However, if you see something online that you want to order and you don't want to order online, you could order through me. But I want to show you one today that I just fell in love with because I love these things. And it's called, I'm going to flip you up here to a picture first, the Birthday Card Organizer Kit. Oh, I'll bet your trees in New York are gorgeous. Yeah, I think ours have peaked, but now with this wind and rain coming, that's when they all fall down, and then they end up on the yard and have to be raked. So it's what we live with every year, but the trees certainly are gorgeous. And that's in up in the Rochester area. Okay, so this is the Birthday Card Organizer Kit, and these are the things you get, and I'm going to show you that today. And I believe, let's go back to my desktop, that this is something that I'm going to buy a few of to give as gifts. And if it's somebody that you think doesn't really want to do, they say, I'm not crafty, I can't do that, I'm not going to do that, whatever, that you can make the cards up for them and give them to them. But there is no stamping, and it's everything that you could do sitting in front of the television set, watching your favorite show or whatever. So let's unbox this. I have opened it up and taken the shrink wrap off, and I will show you. First of all, I think for the value, it is amazing. Okay, so there we've got directions. And let me take these pieces out of here. And, okay, so it comes in this nice little box. Everything Stampin' Up! Does is packaged always very nicely. And this one happens to be $25. There are a variety of kits online that you could go look at, and just look under Kits Collection if you want to do a search of that. Prices range anywhere from, most of them, between $19 and $25, and that is before tax and shipping. But this one, I think, is worth its value just for this 8x10 wire little folder that you get. And let me tell you, it is sturdy. I've made these before with like designer paper, but these are very sturdy, and will last a lot longer than the 12 cards that you get to go with this. And it's very pretty. And you know, I'm thinking with some, I don't want to name names, but I have some family members who just say, I just didn't get out to the store to buy a card, because they're not really card makers. And I say, that's okay. But we know that people would really like to get cards. Now, this one is specifically for birthdays, but if you don't want to make it a birthday card, you could just leave off the happiest of birthdays. So that's that. And just like with Paper Pumpkin, if you want to make the cards ahead of time, you could recreate these with different things and get alternates of them, because all of the envelopes are fully lined. So you get 6 of these with the green and white check, which I love, and 6 of these with the crumb cake. And let's see, what are the colors in here? Basic black, well, I guess that's Sahara Sand. Basic black, evening evergreen, petal pink, Sahara Sand, and soft succulent. Also on the back of the instruction sheet are a couple of little places for QR codes that you can put your phone up to and get information on some beginning crafting or stamping, and then one just on the kits. So there's always something else to look forward to. And besides, somebody might just really get hooked on this too. All right, what else do we get? You get mini glue dots, you get dimensionals, you get these beautiful little sequins. And in a couple of these I was looking at, I'm thinking, these are probably more for women, but I think there are a couple here, or at least one design. If you leave off the sequins, a guy would love to get one of these cards. Then you have everything that is a die cut pop out, and it's in all languages. So let's see, these are already sticky, the one that say happiest of birthdays or happiest birthday. So if you even have somebody in another country, Germany, I think it's in French, German, and not sure what the other one is. French, German, what does it say here? Well, I know it's French and German for sure, plus the English. So there we've got that. And then these are some die cuts. Here are some other little die cuts that say it's your day. And then you have, these are stickers that peel off that go in the book, and then here are the cards. And these are the parts. I'm going to pop this out. So I'll make a couple of these for you. You know, we've gotten to like not really wanting to go to the store or go pick up a card and get it to somebody on time. But hey, this solves that problem. So there's one of those. So there are 6 of those. Here are the card bases. And there we have that. So let's see what we have. And then, you know, if you're a crafter, and I guess if you're watching this, you probably are, you could come up with your own little designs too. So I'm gonna start off with getting this ready to go. So next week I will be back to doing some stamping, but as we're getting ready for things for the holidays, and I don't know how long these will be in stock, because it does say kits are added regularly and they are based on availability. So let's see, here's January. I'm gonna peel this off and use these cute little tweezers to put this here where I want it to go. And these tweezers come with the embossing kit that is in the July to December mini catalog, and love that. So we got January. I want to make sure I tell you, this is so stable and sturdy. It will last a good long time. Let's get February. I find that using the tweezers really helps. March. So what has everybody been up to? This week went so fast. We've got one more baseball game tonight. If you watch our Cleveland Guardians, they've got one more game tonight. Let's hope they win. April. I'll do May, I'll do through June, and you can kind of see how that's done. So I'm kind of centering this over the lines. And of course you have all the lines there for writing in the birth dates of family and friends. And we'll do June. And I love that these are already adhesive. Okay, so I'll finish that part later. Now, remember I told you everything that you need is in the kit. So I don't even have to, if I don't want to, grab my own adhesive. Oh, here was one more thing that you get in that kit. A lot of tear and tape. And tear and tape is awesome. Your cards will not come apart if you use the tear and tape. So let's go with one of these. And the cardstock is already scored. If you have a bone folder handy. And let's see, where did I put that? All right. Okay, it looks I think I'm going to do this other one that is a polka dots. This is the one that I think is probably best for a masculine card. So I'll go ahead and do one of each. So we've got this, and then this goes up here. This little piece goes down here, and then it just has Happiest Birthday, which is also an adhesive. So I'm going to assume that this uses the tear and tape. And I will show you a trick that I use that I've shown on a couple of other videos throughout the year. Can't believe it's been a year. And I do have to thank my friend Nancy, who popped on here a little bit earlier. She's the one who encouraged me to do this, and it took some courage. I now wish I had done videos a lot sooner than that. But it was a COVID thing, and I've really enjoyed doing these. So now let's take a little pick tool, and when you put tear and tape on the back of your cards, tear only part of it, because this is one of those adhesives that if you get it down there and you don't like where it is, or it's crooked, it's not going to come back up. So just tear it down about halfway and pull it off to the side like this. So I know I've shown it before, but this is one of those things that you kind of tend to forget about, I think. And so it's going to go like this. And that way I can just stick down the part that I know has adhesive on it. And make sure it's straight, and it is. And you do have some wiggle room on it if you do need to pull it up, which I do a little bit. Let's see, let's line it up at the top. That's better. The top and the side. Okay, so that way I know that that part is straight, and then I can pull this off and continue to adhere the rest of that panel. And then this is the other piece. And this is pretty cool because it's got this little stitching on here. So the stitching will show. That's the way I knew that this was going to be on the top. And this is a little bit smaller piece, so I don't know if I really need to do that little trick, but it is a great tip for adding the adhesive to your cards when you're using the tear and tape. Because with this, your card is not going to come apart. All right, so that one is smaller. I didn't have as much to have to align, so I didn't use that little trick, but that works. And then on this, I just add happiest birthday, and it does have adhesive on the back. And let's see, on here it's okay to go like that. And that is supposed to have some of the little rhinestones on there. But I think I'm going to leave those off because, get rid of my little pieces here, because I think that serves as a really good masculine card, whether you use, let's see, what are the other envelopes here? Probably these green envelopes go with that, because the other Sahara sand does not. So there's card number 1. And so far, everything is going well. Okay, so I can put that card right in the front. So there's a pocket in the front. There's also a pocket in the back for putting your completed cards. So now let's do another one. And this is the green one. I already had one folded. There it is. So that one is a top fold card. And that, I'm just going by the picture on the front of the instruction sheet. It's pretty easy to follow. This might even be something nice to give a teen or somebody going away to college who might send a card. So we've got, this is to go across the front. Okay, these are great designs. So I'll use the tear and tape there. So other than the bone folder, I've not had to pull out any of my other supplies. I could use my own adhesive if I like. Oh, Pat, you lay something down and then you can't find it. There it is. So on this one, I'm going to do that little trick again, only pull that about halfway back so that I know I'm going to get this straight. And it looks like it's about halfway up. And this is also a good way to use your grid paper to make sure that something is lined up. And it is. And then I can just zip that off of there. So there we've got that. And now this is a great feminine card. And this one is going to have an It's Your Day. So that's going to go down here. Let's see, I think this is going to use dimensionals. And I am going to grab my own dimensionals for this rather than open up that little pack. And I will, let's see, where's this going to go? This is going to go under here. So I probably want to make sure that that is back here a little bit further. And this little rose is going to come up here. So that's good. And this little piece is going to come up here. So I've got enough room on the back to add the rest of the little elements that are going to go in there. Okay, pokey tool is a good way to get those little backings off. If you have trouble, you can always use your thumb to poke it in the center, and they usually lift right off. The problem with those backings is that they end up all over other parts of your house. Okay, so there we've got, they just have a mind of their own. So there we've got, let's see, that one, and we'll add this here. And you could embellish these with other gems that you might have. If you want something a little bit more sparkly, you could use a wink of Stella to add some more bling to your cards. So you can embellish as much or as little as you like. Let's see, that one goes up there, so that fits right in. And this is just basically following what the directions say. And you can follow along with just the picture on the front. Let's see, and this one is right up here. And there we have an envelope for that, which I'm assuming is this one, because this has the Sahara sand on it. So there's 2 cards. So with the price of this kit of $25, you're getting 12 cards and this amazing little book. And I think it's great. And now I've heard of other people coloring in backgrounds of these with their Stampin' Blends. I think I would probably just leave it alone because it's so pretty, front and back. And again, it's very sturdy and the perfect gift giving or making the cards and giving the cards already made. So maybe you'll be assured of getting cards. That's why I say I have some family and friends who just, not friends, the friends do, getting cards out in time. So again, it's been a rough couple of years and we're getting back into doing everything that we used to do. And this is one of those things that's important. And when you look at the cards, let's take a look at them again. One more thing. Okay, this one, if you've got crafting supplies at home and you have other sentiments, either one of these cards would make a good thinking of you. Oh, that's what I didn't put on here. It's your day. Aha. Let's get my little tweezers out. These could be a thinking of you. It could be, this one would make a nice sympathy card. So there we have the 2 designs that are here, and without any other embellishment. I think this one also has, yep, let's do it. And then I'll let you go. Let's see if we can get these out here. These have these pretty sparkly, I think these are on here. You can put, there's plenty here, even to use with other crafting things. That's one really nice thing. Stampin' Up! Always gives you way more than you really need for the project. Okay, that's funny. The screen is frozen again. It's showing it's fine on my end as far as being the network, but I do see that it's frozen. I guess I'm going to have to explore this further with the service that I use. So I'm about done. And oh my goodness, here we go again. I will have to see what's going on. and I will assure you I will get this taken care of before next week. So with that in mind, I will sign off and welcome or thank you for being here. And now I'm just really confused and upset. So see you next Monday. Hopefully I'll